Robert Lopez, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's a nice day, huh?
Nice day. Awesome day here in Georgia.
Yes. Pollen's a little crazy, but you know.
I think it's going down.
It is.
I agree.
I was gonna
It is
test
going
it.
down. This is going down.
I was gonna test it and wash my truck, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to risk the energy of washing it and then having to wash it again in a week. For being honest.
Ah, man, I'm with you there. I don't want to wash my car when I know it's going to be dirty that afternoon.
And I was going to wash mine today, but it's going to rain, supposedly.
I was gonna tell
Is
you.
it going to rain this afternoon?
I saw your truck when you were pulling up. That's a nice truck.
Thank you.
I like it. What year is that?
It's a 2019.
Awesome. I think that's like the same one that John just had, but it's nice.
Yeah, in fact, when he came to pull up to bring us our dumpster, I was asking him all about his truck, and that's when I started looking. My wife got it for me for my birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, last August.
Nice.
It's a nice present.
What kind of truck is it?
It's a 2019 2500 diesel Ram.
Nice.
With a
Lasts forever,
7-inch lift kit and 37-inch tires.
All the trucks are just really nice. There's a lot of crappy cars, but I mean Dodge, Ram, Dodge, Chevy, Ford, Toyota, they all make really good trucks.
They do.
Chevy, all of them. You know, and they're proud of them too because they're expensive as shit.
Yeah, you're right. And I'll tell you what, my wife has always been a Ford person. So when she got in this Dodge, she was like, wow. And she was sold. She said, it blew her away. And so she's become a Ram person now.
Well, they go back a long way in that company.
They do.
Yep. So 2x2 photography.
That is correct.
But we're going to get to that in a little bit.
No worries.
Where are you from?
Originally, I'm from New Mexico, via Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, into Atlanta, Georgia.
There you go. Which one is your best?
I would have to say here.
You like Atlanta?
I worked here as a contractor back in the corporate days in '98 in Dunwoody.
Doing what?
I was a RF manager in a telecommunications company, and was consulting with people like AT&T, T-Mobile, stuff like that.
Subcontractor for the big companies.
Correct.
That's right. They still use those.
Oh, yeah.
Those people all over the place. A lot of people don't know when the people are burying wires and cables on it. It's not AT&T.
Exactly.
It's another company. I think there's a company in this facility that does that. That is subcontractor for Comcast or one of them. Still big business.
Yeah, they hired us as a vendor to evaluate their network, go check it out, troubleshoot it, and tell them what's going on, and then that way, customers aren't complaining to them about their bad network.
So country music dancer.
Yep.
Before the telecommunication thing.
That's correct.
So this is a journey, and we're going to go on it. We're going to go on it.
All right.
So country music dancer, and you did that for a while, obviously, because you were in
Dance instructor.
Toby Keith's Should Have Been a Cowboy video.
Correct.
Which is a great song, by the way.
One of my favorite karaoke songs.
Yes. Do you still karaoke?
I do.
Where do you karaoke at?
Wherever I can find a place to karaoke at.
Okay.
Last time I karaoke was at the Legion over by our house in Powder Springs.
I know where that is.
We went on a Saturday night.
Powder Springs.
That's right.
I've heard karaoke's fun, but I've never done it.
Well,
I've heard both.
sounds like another good team bonding event.
I think
There
so.
you go.
I think you need to karaoke in here right now.
Pass.
we can pull it up. Oh, you're in this video too, right?
I am.
Oh, we're about to see you. This is awesome.
Well, you kind of see me. I'm kind of on the floor spinning and dancing. But this video was actually filmed in my hometown. It was at the bar
In El Paso?
in Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Las Cruces.
That's El Paso's not far though. It's like 30 minutes.
I know
away.
I know where it is. I had a friend that lived in Las Cruces.
Oh, you did. Mm-hmm. So this is back in his mullet days.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Toby, where you at? Look at his face. That's so awesome. And look at his tie. That's old. That's 90s,
Yeah.
early 90s gig right there. Yep. And we can't hear it because my
Oh, that's all good.
my audio video guy doesn't have shit together.
I was waiting for you to say.
No, it's because we can't get copyright strike.
Oh, is that right?
Oh.
But we can look at it.
I don't know, because Gene, their one got striked because it was literally just a picture of the video.
Where are you at?
Right.
Pause it.
I'm right here.
That's you with a hat?
Yep.
Okay.
How'd you get in that?
See your moves.
They Cowboy is the name of the place where I would teach dance instructions. Had said that he was going to make a video, and to show up during such and such time for the video. And so,
If you can dance, come.
no, I mean they were
They were going to let anybody do it.
no dancing required. They just wanted the extras and the floor filled. But most everybody here knew how to dance. So
How fun.
my girlfriend at the time that I was dating and a couple of other friends came and went out. And it's very interesting.
How long have you been in Atlanta?
2005.
So
15
you,
years.
so you definitely went to Cowboys here too.
No, I never had gone here.
You never
Oh,
went
and
to
it's
Cowboys
gone
here?
now. You
I know.
can't go.
No.
Yeah.
He
They used to be called the Crystal Chandelier when I was in high school, and then
What?
yeah,
Oh.
or Crystal Palace or Crystal Chandelier, one of those.
sounds
And
like
then
Electric Cowboy is
and then
way cooler.
and then it was Cowboys, and then it was Electric Cowboys,
oh.
And now it's apartments.
Now it's apartment, yeah, condos. That's it. So is your cameo done?
I come a little bit in another area.
That's not
but
you getting shot, is
no,
it?
it's not that time. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. There's some other areas, but it's not as prominent as that one. 'Cause, like I go across the camera, spinning, blah blah blah.
I want to see the spin move. Dude, his face is killing me, man. That's so awesome.
But in order for him, this is the little bit of history. His band was named Easy Money, and in order for him to be successful, he had to go out on his own as Toby Keith. But he kept the same band. He just renamed it as Toby Keith Solo. I don't know where it is. It may have already passed. But that's pretty much it.
So, cowboy dancer, country western dancer, and then you moved to Nashville after that. Dallas, Texas.
Correct.
And what'd you do there?
There, I was an engineer. That was my first job out of college. And I was an engineer for a company called Ericsson. They're still around today. They're a telecommunications vendor.
They're in Atlanta too.
Yeah, that sounds
Correct.
familiar.
Yeah, they're located at the King and Queen building off the perimeter.
Yep.
And so I was in telecommunications till last year sometime.
Okay.
And then the photography was a part-time gig while I was doing corporate stuff.
Are you doing more like weddings and stuff? Or are you doing business headshots? Or what are you doing?
So my specialty...
It's a tough gig now
Yeah.
because everybody's got cameras and
Correct.
it's a tough gig.
Correct.
Because people think that because they have the nice camera, they still can do it. And,
Like
and
their
I-
phone camera.
And but it is just a very novice person can create good pictures now compared.
So one of my jobs as a photographer...
Yeah, I
now-
said it, Tristan. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, these young... and that's probably been part of the challenge. The young whippersnappers get a DSLR and they slap the name photographer and they think they can be a photographer. So one of my jobs as a photographer is to educate my clients whether they book with me or they don't book with me.
Right.
I want them to understand what the ins and outs are of photography, what to look for if you're not going to choose me, what to ask if you don't go with me, and then I leave it up to them to decide how they want to go. Because for me, I say all budgets are not created equal, like all photographers are not created equal.
That's 100%. No profession is created equal. I learned that the hard way with software developers with the MP group, because we had a guy. He's a client of ours. He has a software. It's a faith-based software for churches to keep up with their members, tithing,
Right.
all that. And the first integration we did was with him, and he was just is an incredible software developer. And we gave him the API docs, and like 20 minutes later, he called us and was like, "All right, I'm done with all the integration." Now I will tell you this: his was one. Now knowing his was one of the more simple integrations, but if it only took him 20 minutes, because people have given us like software developers have given us like $10,000-$15,000 quotes to do an integration for a payment gateway.
Wow.
And it's just ridiculous. And they've looked at the same people, the same software kind of developers would look at that API and go, "It's not developed enough. We can't do it at all." Well, I just saw a dude do it in 20 minutes.
Right.
So it is, you can't do it.
That's exactly right.
He did it. You can't do it. And so, and I'm still learning about that process, because now we're dealing with, overseas developers. We deal with some,
Right.
but I learned that, like, how stupid was I to think that, if he can do it, like that, everybody can do it like that. That's just idiotic to think that.
Hey, it happens to all of us.
You know what I mean?
I've thought the same thing, so you're not
And then,
alone.
and then I'm like, yeah, all salespeople aren't created equal either. You know, nobody's created equal. So I love that. So you educate your clients, and are you doing weddings, or are you just doing corporate?
So I do weddings. My specialties are weddings, engagements, high school, college, senior, and then events, any type of events, anniversaries, New Year's Eve parties, Christmas parties. I got a request just the other day for somebody's got a 30th birthday party that they want to do. They want me to come photograph. And then I do headshots as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like it. Where is this at?
That is at Big Canoe.
Oh, that's nice.
Big Canoe. What a piece of crap place that is.
Oh, I know. It's horrible.
God.
It doesn't lead much to very good photographs either.
Yeah. No places to photograph,
No
right?
scenery. That bride was at Copey Creek Farms, which is in northeast Georgia. That place is gorgeous.
They're all over the place.
Oh, they are.
now, and they are
What, like
pretty much
wedding
all. Oh my gosh.
venues?
Yeah.
I was telling Bailey that I want to have my own wedding venue at one point, and he's like, "You look like somebody that would do that, like voluntarily have your own wedding venue."
Oh, I could see you doing that.
Yeah,
I
me
would
too.
love to do that one day.
I can see that too.
You've got the personality, you've got the personal skills to be
It
able to
would
do
just
that.
be
She's
so
creative.
fun.
She's creative as well. What did you hear about all the during COVID total crazy amounts of lawsuits on these venues.
No, I had not heard
Oh
that.
God, there's a bunch of them because they're saying we're open. I get the business was we're open. If you don't want to have it because of COVID, that's on you. But we're not giving your money back.
Correct.
And then they're going, well, you're saying that we can only have X amount of people. And like, well, that's what the law says. So, like, well, we want our money back. We want to reschedule. Well, we can't reschedule. So there was a lot of that going on with these venues. And look, I mean, those people got hit hard. Those businesses got hit hard because, when a bride wants their day and their wedding, they really voice it out.
You're exactly right. It affected the photography business too. I had a wedding that the lady had to schedule it 3 times. She had put her deposit down, which I state it's a non-refundable deposit, but you got to have some common sense too,
Yeah, for sure.
as to how you're going to run your business. And by the 3rd scheduling, she said, "I don't want a photographer." She says, "Can you just not give me can you give me my money back? Can you just do that?" And I said, "Well, look, she had already made some payments. I said, I'm going to refund you your payments. I said, but since you've already put the deposit down, I said, why don't we try this? I said, I'm not going to charge you any more than the deposit you've already made." She wound up just having a small ceremony with just her best friend and her husband.
That's
So
good. Her
just-
husband was
Super
there.
small.
So it was just the 4 of them. And I said, let me just come and
You need the husband to have a wedding, though.
exactly.
That's essential.
That's true. So I told her, I was like, you're going to want to look back on this, getting married during this crazy time.
Yeah.
So I think her deposit was like $150, and that's what I went with. It wasn't, for me at that point, it wasn't about making money. It was about maintaining that relationship and educating her to say, hey, you may want to think about this since you've already paid this. Let's try it. And she, after the fact, she was super, super glad that she did that.
I'm sure she was. I'll tell you, look, at the end, like I said, at the end of the day, I understand both sides. Look, those places have a nut, and that nut is a lot. If you've got a lot of property, a lot of facility, you're making a payment on that thing. Most of them are not bought outright. They're making a payment to a bank. The bank still wants their money.
Exactly.
They don't stop sending you them letters.
That's exactly
Say
right.
you owe me money. So I understand both parts. I also understand the bride and the groom going, this is not the day that we hoped for. But it's just a tough situation.
It is.
So I hope everybody got it figured out.
I think they do. Things are starting to get back to normal, I guess.
I think so
Open back
too.
up.
I said after the first 6 months, 7 months, I said this won't be truly done. It will never truly be done. We'll never go back to normal. Like this is the new norm. We're never going to go back to that. I don't think there'll always be remnants of COVID here out. You'll always see somebody with a mask. That's an ongoing thing. There's going to be people that wear masks forever now. But 3 years is what I said. I was like, it'll get back to as normal as it will in 3 years. So
So we're in year 2 right now?
yes,
Okay, so we'll see if you're Your Nostradamus prediction is correct.
No, I mean, it's an educated guess.
Well, if it's correct, I'm coming to ask you to pick my lottery tickets.
I can't do that for you, man. No. Look, they've you know how like there's some people like karate people that their hands are weapons. So the CIA came to me and was like, you cannot be predicting things like that because it's against the law. It was a weird conversation.
I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
Well, I mean, of course I'm being
Of course,
serious.
please look serious.
Of course I'm being serious. Look, I can see things that you can't.
Okay.
I see dead people.
They're everywhere.
Yeah. So what's next? What do you where do you want to go with the photography business?
Well, I'm hoping to bring it up full time this year.
Yep.
The forecast I've got shows that it's on track. I've been getting more inquiries for weddings and engagements, so that's been good as well. So that's where I'm at right now. I lost my corporate job last year because of COVID and decided, you know what? I'm going to go out on my own.
Do your thing,
and do it. And I think it was the push I needed because now I've been able to look at it from the business side, put things in place, processes, stuff like that. So now I think within the next year or two, putting full-time effort into it. And the clientele is starting to come. In fact, I'm starting to see some organic growth already.
Those wedding conventions are huge. Have you thought about putting a booth up there?
Convention?
I have, yeah, like bridal shows,
trade shows,
like bridal shows,
Yeah,
stuff like
trade
that.
shows.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have.
Have you ever been to one of those, Tristan?
No, my sister does it because she does like the rental, like the decoration rental stuff. So she's been doing that.
She
a
gets a
lot lately.
bunch of business out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I bet she does.
See, and that's where I'm at next. I'm looking at that because I want to see what my ROI is going to be if I do that.
In your first second year though, you probably can kill these people on prices.
That's true.
I mean, because you want the business, you want the clientele. That's the beautiful thing about your first and second year in business is usually the price is right.
That's correct.
As long as you can make a really good living, you're not paying anybody else, you're not doing anything like that. You could beat these people by 20%. And your pictures are good. That has to happen.
Oh, and I'm glad that qualifies me.
that has to happen. That has to happen. So and you have to be able to. I feel like anybody in the wedding business has to be able to diffuse an angry bride or a mother-in-law.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like you have to be prepared.
That's true.
To deal with crazy, non-rational conversations.
Have you ever captured a fight between like a mother-in-law and the bride?
Oh, that'd be good pictures.
That would be a good candid picture that they would
Yes.
look back on and laugh.
That you're
No.
probably
in
right.
theory.
No, they would sue you.
But I mean, you don't release it unless you get their
No,
permission.
you got to blur their faces so they don't know, and then you're like best bride fights ever, and you could get a bunch of photographers to go in on this. I'm gonna stop right here because that's the best idea I've ever had.
Like if I had pictures from my wedding of a fight, which if I didn't happen, but if I had those pictures, I'd be laughing at them by now. That'd be funny.
Yeah, I haven't had that happen. Believe it or not, I have not had. The only situation I've had to diffuse was a mom trying to tell me how to do my job, and she was, and I said, I just said, ma'am, I was like, I really appreciate you wanting to help. I said, but I've got this. I said, if you don't mind, just stand right here. I'm going to work my magic. And she was fine with it. But I have not had a Bridezilla mom situation yet.
Well, good.
If anything, I find, though, when we're doing the planning process, it's mom's wedding that she didn't have, planning her daughter's wedding.
You know that.
Yep.
You know the saying.
See, she knows.
You know the saying with motorcycles. There's two types of riders: those who have dropped a bike and those who will drop a bike. That's the same. Should be the same saying with people that are dealing with weddings. There's ones that have dealt with angry brides and mother-in-laws and mothers, and then there's one that's going to deal with them for sure. I love the stories though.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're so irrational that they're funny.
Oh, they are.
Hilarious. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep. I don't know who's going to watch this, so I'll just say yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So, anyways, well, how can we get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me by my website.
Yep.
Which is www.2x2photography.com, which is all spelled out. Or my phone number, 678-848-1891. Usually phone number or text is the best way.
And What kind of referrals? I mean, weddings. Who else can we think of? What pops in my head when I go, okay, I want to give Robert this.
Maybe
Corporate parties, things like that.
Yep, corporate parties, anniversaries that you know of, big shindigs, bar mitzvahs, stuff like that.
Okay, well, great.
Any kind of event.
Correct.
Any kind of event.
Yeah, like I said, I had somebody I'm quoting. She wants a photographer for her 30th birthday party. It's going to be downtown Atlanta. She wants photographs done of the party that night, and then she's having a brunch the next day. So she wants.
Those will probably be really good pictures because they're all going to be hungover.
The hangover pictures I was going to say.
Yes. Yeah. You need to get hooked up with my friend Trent at Drips.
Drips.
So Drips is a guy that we've done a podcast with. He's over in where I live in Cedar Crest area.
Mm-hmm. It's close by me.
Yep. Where do you live?
I'm actually off Macklin, but you're talking Cedar Crest right up here.
Yeah.
Okay. We actually used to live over here.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So I live in Seven Hills.
Oh, I know.
So Drips is an IV company.
Oh.
So they do IV cryotherapy, but they do a lot of bachelor parties and bachelorette parties. So after they do their thing, they go and
get hydrated.
And get hydrated.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And you need to go up there because that's probably a pretty good referral partner for you.
All right. Does he do any IV coffee?
I mean, he does all kinds of mixes. I love it. I'm a member. I go up there all the time.
No, you told me that I have a photographer friend of mine in New York. She does luxury weddings, and she had just done a video on this where she was going to go get her IV done. Same type of thing, and now you say that.
Yep.
That's awesome.
You need to go up there. His name's Trent.
Okay.
Tell him I sent you.
And they do cryo, right?
They do cryo. They have a infrared IV or infrared sauna.
Wow.
They have the same
The stretching.
stretching professional that will stretch you. They're going to start doing cups. They do localized cryotherapy too. So if you're just your elbows hurting, he'd bring them and shoot in there and get it real cold, and it's like 180 degrees minus in there, but it's dry, so you can
Correct.
You can stay in there, and it's like 3 minutes, but it's the IVs and that is pretty incredible.
So from a testimonial, it's worth it.
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I'm asking my wife.
Drink,
my wife
drink a little too much, smoke a little too much. Gonna go on a 5K.
Flush it out so you can live the next
before
day.
and after. If you've got a big football game coming up, doing the cryo helps with injuries. Helps with. Most people walk around dehydrated.
Oh yeah.
So they don't drink enough water. So that basically cures it right away because you're getting hydrated. So
I'm gonna recommend it to my wife because sometimes she has knee pain.
So inflammation huge with the cryotherapy.
Okay.
It's great.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's pretty cool, and I think he'd be a really good referral partner for you.
All right, I'll get with him.
Because dudes would love getting pictures of them getting IVs. They would love that.
I can picture that now.
I could see
yeah.
They would love that. After a bachelor party, there's 10 of them hanging around getting IVs. They would love those pictures. Like, hey, party time, we did it, and we're getting fixed.
The girls I don't know about.
Yeah, like you said, later on it probably is cool, but you don't want those going up on the big screen during the reception.
No,
but the dudes would.
Maybe it feels like a year later. Like, look what happened a year ago.
Yeah, but the dudes would love that.
Yeah,
it pops up and like, that was the bachelor party. It was awesome. We got an IV afterwards. They're proud of it. We're barbaric compared to y'all.
That's true.
Yeah, women should run the country. I've said that a bunch.
Although we can't stand pain, that's why y'all get birth, not us.
Yeah,
because we get like a cold and we're done.
sure.
We're down for the count.
I'm married. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we appreciate you coming in.
Oh, I appreciate y'all having me. This is a
of course.
We're gonna do another one in a year, and we're gonna see where you are.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, I love doing it after a year because your business does things that you didn't even know was gonna happen. You meet somebody here and get a good gig, and you're like, okay, this is where I'm going. I am a photographer for ATL Rugby now, which
could happen.
Which we are. We do the video and audio for ATL Rugby. That's why I said that. So yeah,
awesome.
So Tristan and Bailey are taking off to Austin on Friday because they have a game on Saturday. So they're doing the press conferences and going to take some pictures on the sidelines. They've already done 3? 2.
I didn't even know we had a rugby team.
Yep, new.
Okay.
New.
And they did a podcast too, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw that. That's right, they did. But
They did
when I saw that, I was like, oh.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
It's cool. Yeah, it's cool.
I'll have to go check them out.
We're the cool kids now.
You are.
Yeah, we grew up. We're the cool table. So you're welcome. You now, Robert, are at the cool table.
All right, appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. It was fun. Everybody be kind to each other out there.